Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Burnout Podcast. My name is Skip O, and I'd like to talk to you about our sponsor today, Throttle and Thrive. Throttle and Thrive is a 6-bed facility in California. It's a men's substance misuse facility exclusively serving first responders and veterans. Throttle and Thrive can be reached at 805-701-1309. 805-701-1309. When you make that call, Siobhan Thompson will probably be the one answering. She's the CEO there. And then she'll ask you some questions. And then after you decided you want to change your life and you want to live life, she will personally come and pick you up at the airport once you fly out anywhere from the United States. So keep them in mind if you're out there or a family member's out there and they need some help, whether it's for addiction, mental health, or whatever the case may be. Please go to throttleandthrive.com. Check them out for more information. Thank you. We're here with my good friend and co-host, Captain Charlie O'Bray, all the way from Georgia. Chuck, how you doing?
Doing good this morning. How are you doing, Skip?
I'm doing pretty good. Just kind of getting ready for the old England walkabout we're doing next month.
Oh man, it's coming on quickly. That's for sure. Getting very excited about it.
Oh, me too. I tell you, I've been doing some walking with people, and people who don't know what we're doing Walk Out of the Darkness. We've been partnered up with Pete Lewin Newfoundlands in England and the first responders over there because they don't have what we have here in America. Even though we might be lacking, they still need some help. So me and Chuck and the Burnout team is going to go over and walk 192 miles coast to coast to raise awareness and funds, some funds for them and funds for the Burnout Network to continue in our mission to helping first responders with PTSD or addiction problems. Chuck, I tell you what, man, I'm sore.
Oh yeah. Well, we've been putting some steps on the ground here in America so we can be ready for steps on the ground over in England. So yeah, it's been a good battle.
And it sounds like you got a lot of support from your guys, positive support. You know, I'm being sarcastic. What are they actually doing to you? They're giving you a hard time, aren't they, a little bit?
A little bit. I hear there's some polls about how many days I'm going to last till I fall over, and they got bets between each other, and it's all friendly fun. It's brotherhood is what it is. If we wasn't aggravating each other, we wouldn't be enjoying work. So I'm wearing a bracelet right now that says hashtag pray for Bray, and it says walk hard. Glow in the dark bracelet. I've seen some stickers with a big mustache. It says P4B, which was pray for Bray. A lot of comics out there. And they're encouraging and they're poking and they're having a good time. The biggest thing is I'm getting the word out. I don't care how it is. They can call me whatever they want to call me. If they know why I'm doing it and why we need to do it, that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
Well, Chuck, I tell you what, I said this before, there's a lot of people that sit on the couch and talk about doing something and fighting fire. And there's a lot of people like yourself that actually goes does it. So, those guys at your department, they might be good guys, but you've been there and done that. You rode that wild Bronco and they're just hoping to ride that wild Bronco, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. Listen, there's going to be several celebratory videos. Some are going to be made for public, and some are going to be made for my guys back at the station. So, we're gonna let them eat their crow, if you will.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's a good motivator too when you can have a good fun like that, and that makes you got a good team. You can joke around with each other, but as far as what we do, we know there's a time to have fun and time to get serious, and I think your guys are like that, aren't they?
They absolutely they are.
The walk we fly out on August 19th. Our walk, we do a swim with Pete Lewin Newfoundlands, a cancer awareness swim on the 21st of August, and then our walk starts at St. Bees in England, August 24th, and we walk for 2 weeks, and we end up in Robin Hood's Bay on September 7th, and we do a celebration that day. Matt Cookman's coming over with his wife Connie, my wife. A couple groups are there going to be playing at the Toast Tea and Coffee Shop, and we're going to have a great time, man. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking so forward to it. I watch the videos, and right now, it's the rainy season, and I think you've seen the video too, where a couple's on top of a hill and the wind's blowing 1,000 miles an hour and it's foggy and it's raining. But you know what? I'm looking forward to it. If that's what we run into, that's what we run into. It's no different than running a medical call or a fire call. We don't know what we're getting into. We know a little bit because we read the comments, and then we get up there, and it could be something way different. It's the same way about this walk. I've never left a fire scene or a medical call, and I'm not going to leave this walk. That's for sure.
Well, I tell you, I'm looking forward to it myself. And just to let everybody know, if you go to the burnoutpodcast.org or burnoutnetwork.org and click on Walk Out of the Darkness, you'll find more information about England. We're going to have videos on there. We're going to put a live share on there, so when we are walking, you can see where we're at. And also, if you're over there in England, you're more than welcome to join us if you can't do the whole time, a day or two, just go on live share, send us an email, tell us you want to meet up, and we really appreciate anybody that would like to join us. I know we have a former police officer over there who was struggling. He wants to walk with us, and a military guy that's going to walk with us over there. But it's like a snowball effect. It's growing, man.
It is. And listen, for our brothers and sisters over in England, yeah, even if you don't want to walk, we're going to be mapping out where we're going to be staying at. Y'all just come visit us at the campsite that night or at the motel or wherever we're going to be staying. Just come visit us there. We would love to meet with you, sit down, talk to you, see what you're doing to help your brothers and sisters out. And we'll give you some ideas about what we're doing, and maybe we can make it all better for everybody.
That's right. Our first stop is 4 days after we get in the mountains. We're going to stay at Chap, and we got a meeting scheduled, trying to schedule a meeting there. And we're spoiled ourselves a little bit. We're going to stay in a little hotel there. Well, when I say a hotel, you can check it out. I'll put some we're going to put some pictures on there where we stay and what we do and stuff daily. And then we got Pete Lou in Newfoundlands is helping us out along with his team, Tracy, Holly, Joe, Mark, another Mark, just several people, and Helen. A lot of people over there in England are helping us out, getting where we need to go and giving us some logistics of what we need to do. But, one thing I've learned, we're not different from the first responders in England. We got the same emotions. We got the same issues that we all get burnt out from overloaded runs or not taking care of those hard runs that we had, whether it was a code, a fire, or a police officer in the shooting or stabbing, or a military gentleman or lady that's been over in a mission and had some situations happen. We're grateful that we can come over there and bring that attention to that and help the nonprofits over there along with us and helping the people that here in the United States. Collaboration is where it's at. It has to be a teamwork to get this job done. What do you think, Chuck?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've said many times, I've had to teach this to my kids. When I see a firefighter at a store, I walk by and I say, "Hey, brother," or I say, "Hey, sister." And my kids are like, "Is that your brother?" Many years ago, they finally learned that that we're all brothers and sisters, no matter where we're from. If we're in public safety, you're my brother or my sister, and that's the way I look at it. So, we got to help take care of each other, and this is a perfect way that we can extend the olive branch, if you will, and stand up and try to raise awareness for our brothers and sisters over in England.
Yeah, that's right. I tell you, we're not the only organizations that help people. There's the Worldwide Peer Support. You can go to worldwidepeersupport.org. They got support meetings on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 8 p.m. We are moving our meeting. It was on Sunday. It'll be changed on our website to 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Monday. So if you need help, whether you're in England, whether anywhere in this world, you can click on there. Just check out the time difference. But 8 p.m. Eastern is when our support meetings are here on Mondays at 8 p.m. Worldwide Peer Support, again, is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Send us an email, and we'll get a hold of you if you're struggling. If you want some information, we'll get with you. Chuck, I don't know if I told you this. Last night I got a phone call, we contact Anthony. He's a former policeman in California. They are starting a retreat, a week-long retreat. It's not a treatment center. It's a retreat over there in California. Him and his partner, they got like 100 acres, and they're putting up 12 cabins. And it's where people, before you get in trouble or before you feel something coming on, you can go to this retreat. Or if you went through treatment and you just need a reboot, or you're getting ready to retire it's something that you can go, your department, your police, fire, or you can go over there and go through this retreat. But it's an awesome place, and I like how their vision is. And Chuck, it's amazing what this guy's been through, the stuff that he's seen, and where he is motivated now to do this retreat.
So let me tell you, it's crazy that you brought that up like that, because I really want to get with this guy and see how he set it up, because I very well in the future may have an East Coast place just like that. I've got a piece of property up here in the mountains, beautiful North Georgia mountains, and I have envisioned the same thing, building some small cabins and have it open for anybody to just take a break. So I really want to meet with this guy. I really want to talk to him, get out there and see his facility, because in the future, when I retire from the fire service, this is my plan, is to do something just like that. That really excites me. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I'll put their vision website on our website just so people can check it out. But Chuck, I'll send that to you too. That just happened. I forgot to let you know about it, so I'm glad we're on here talking about it. So,
man, that's exciting. I ain't gonna lie. I might walk an extra mile today because of that.
All right, that's what I'm going to walk some miles in today. And I tell you, when you're running a nonprofit, the biggest thing, you're trying to get the volunteers to help a board. You're trying to get all kinds of things happening, but for us, it takes a little bit of money to make this go around. So if anybody's out there, you want to donate $5, $10, whatever you can afford, you can go on our website, burnoutpodcast.org, and throw some money on there. It's PayPal, or you can go Cash App, or you can just send us an email if you want to send us a check. We'll send you the address. I'll put the address up there too. But just to let you know, we flew people for help so far. We've helped, I think, 7 people now so far as help. We're just an early organization, but also we cooperate with Worldwide Peer Support, Next Rung, and some other organizations too to help out. So anyone you donate to one of those would be great. But, if you would like to make a donation, go in there. It's tax deductible. We're a 501c3, and we just need a little help. It helps. We're all volunteers. We don't get paid for doing this. We get paid, by helping somebody. We feel good about helping somebody, but as far as financial, we don't get paid. We're all volunteers on this.
That's right. Yes. Somebody, when I tell them I do a podcast, they say, "God, how much money do you make?" And I was like, "You make money off podcast?" I don't know. I was like, if I make any money off podcast, I'm just going to donate it to the podcast. So, because that's what we're doing it for. We're not doing it for money. That's for sure.
One of those things, I had my own issues being a recovering alcoholic and addict, and had PTSD or PTSI or whatever word do they use now. I'm an old guy. I talk about the old school. I'm trying to relearn everything. But the cool thing about it, I'm open-minded to try to help myself. And then whatever works for me, I'll pass it on freely, or whatever connections I got, I'll give to any organization or any person out there, just so you can get help to grow your organization, to help people, or for you personally to get involved and volunteer somewhere. We are taking volunteers. So if you want to volunteer and help out, you got something you think you got a good story or something, we'd like to do a podcast with you, or you can come up here and be a volunteer and help us on some of our missions. You're more than welcome to come in, and we'll have a little conversation with you.
Absolutely. There's a place in every organization for volunteers. That's for sure.
Chuck, earlier we talked a little bit about diversity and stuff, and I remember we were sharing a little bit of stories about, we go to work and we want to do this stuff, then we meet certain people that don't even have our attitude, has a different lifestyle that they were brought up, or they don't look exactly like us. I'm an old white guy, but I worked with a lot of people that didn't look like me, were black guys, black women, or but it was you told me a kind of a funny story. Could you share that a little bit, and then we'll set that guy up later for a podcast?
So I got a real good friend. I was telling Skip that I talked to him yesterday, and we're going to have him on the show. His name is Slick Rick. That's what I've always known him as. His name is Ricky, but Slick Rick, and so. When I got hired at DeKalb County, there was 1,440 applicants, and they chose 37 of us. So we were sitting all in our week-long orientation, meeting all the chiefs and getting told what we can do, can't do. And so I was sitting right next to this gentleman that I found out his name was Ricky. So Ricky's sitting there. His arms are tattooed up. He's got dreadlocks. When I hear him talking, you can tell he grew up on the South Side. There's no doubt about it, And my thought, because where I grew up at, and the people I grew up with, my first thought was, man, this guy's definitely not going to make it. And that was, looking back, I should not have thought that way. But that's just my thought when we didn't even talk much during that first week. After that, we started hanging out more, when we was doing PT and stuff. But ended up at the same station on the same shift. So we were talking one day. We was at the table sitting down talking, and he said, Bray, he said, let me tell you something. He said, let me tell you what I thought about you. He said, I was sitting there he said, you remember we were sitting in that half moon and we were, getting told what we can and can't do. He said, I looked over there, and he said, I looked at you. He said, boy, this white boy is in the wrong neighborhood. This boy ain't ever going to make it up here. So the exact same thing that I was thinking about him, he was thinking about me, and now, man, he don't even work at the fire department anymore. He left probably 5 or 6 years ago, but I talked to him not as often as I'd like to, but I talked to him for an hour on the phone yesterday. We are the best friends. It is. He knows that I'm one phone call away. I'd do anything for Slick Rick. And what I learned from that is brotherhood. Just like what you said, it don't matter who you love, what color you are, what background you're from, how you grew up. At the end of the day, we're all brothers and we're all sisters, and we should take care of each other. I believe me being the redneck from up in the mountains 2 hours north of our fire department, I got ragged all the time. If I said brown paper sack, I'd be, they would ask me, why's that bag got to be brown? So but it was all fun. We all laughed about it. We had at that station during that time frame was probably one of my best thoughts and memories of the fire service, working with that crew. It was just, we were always at each other, poking and making fun. And they're talking about me being married to my sister, and I talk about them, how big their speakers were in the car. And it was nonstop, and it was brotherhood at its best. And even after, like I said, even after he quit and went on to other avenues, we're still friends. He's planning on coming up to my house, and his son and my sons are going to get on the side by side, and we're going to go on for a 5-hour ride up in the mountains. He's looking so forward to it, and we're going to have him on. Stand by is all I got to say, because he is a funny guy. I love him to death. He's got a lot of good wisdom growing up like he did. And he's going to be a good guest on our show. That's for sure.
Well, I can't wait to hear from him and listen to him, listen to you interview, and go back and forth with each other. I learned a lot of times, the person that don't look like me usually has a message I need to hear or don't sound like me. So it's like I'm anxious to hear that podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to be good. That's for sure. He should be a stand-up comedian, what he is. There's probably going to be 20 minutes worth of talking and a solid 10 minutes worth of laughing during this podcast we're going to do, because this joker is he's hilarious. I love him.
Cool. Chuck, tell people why did you get in peer support and what department you're at? Would you mind doing that?
Yeah, so I work for DeKalb County Fire Rescue in Metro Atlanta, and I've been there for 16 years, and we run bad calls, and we always put the stuff back, we compartmentalize, and we put it back in the back of our minds, and one day I run a call that didn't sit well with me. And it was the crazy thing is, it was the call of a young female got killed in a car wreck, but it was not traumatic. It was not bloody. It was not, there was not parents screaming in the background, all the stuff that usually triggers us and sends us to a place we don't need to go to. It was not that call. It was just it was a bad accident and a bad thing happened. The little girl got killed, but I don't know why. I didn't know why at the time, but what happened? I don't know. Something snapped inside of me, and now I know my cup was full. Life had filled my cup. Call volume had filled my cup, and this call just pushed me over the edge, and I was ready to quit the department, quit the service, quit the part of my life that I love the most, I was ready to hang it up. And going to therapy, getting through that, understanding what was going on in my mind and my brain, and the cause of the way I was acting. That when I got, and I'm not healed by all means, because I still know it's there. I still go through it, but learning how to deal with that. My thought was, how many more of my brothers and sisters are going through the same thing that I went through, and if I can help them in any way, I want to help them. And that started my path down peer support, and worked my way up to now I'm the peer support coordinator for the county. So when I retire, just like we was talking before with the retreat, I plan on doing this until I'm no longer on this side of glory. So if I live to be 100, I'm still going to be advocating and pushing to help out our brothers and sisters in public safety.
Well, Chuck, I commend you for what you do in your department and coming on here. And, it takes a lot when I get over the top sometimes. My wife says I need to back off or slow down. And, I always try to bring people with me. And I found another crazy guy that's going to walk across England with me. And that's this guy right now that's talking, Chuck.
Oh man, it's going to be so much fun. I told Skip earlier, I said, we're going to have 2 weeks to solve all the world's problems. A lot of problems get solved at the eating table, at the kitchen table, at the fire station. But me and Skip are going to have 2 solid weeks of kitchen table talk. And, who knows what we may come up with a cure for, or what while we're walking that walk.
I'm looking forward to it. And I know Pete Lewin and his team and a lot of people are looking forward to us coming over. And, this is not about us. We are just merely speaking about and doing something so we can spark a conversation or spark to be a listener to somebody over there. We love to raise a lot of money for all the organizations that we support, especially ours. But at the end of the day, if we need to just listen to somebody vent or share our brokenness, that's what it's all about. We do help our people in our backyard, and we need to, for me personally, I can help people here, but this world, we're all alike. I need to go where I believe the God of my understanding sends me. And that's what I'm doing this for. And I don't push spirituality on anybody. I just kind of, I know where I used to be years ago, and, going over there in England, I'm just going to be love people where they're at, and just try to help them where we can. And I know our team, the rest of our team on the Burnout Network feels the same way. So I'm just looking forward to it. So again, go on the burnoutpodcast.org or burnoutnetwork.org and click on Walk Out of the Darkness, and you'll find more information about England. We're going to add some more videos coming up and some other things we're going to change in the next week or two if you want to keep checking it out. And then Chuck, they're doing a fundraiser, and you mentioned it earlier in the broadcast where they got little stickers of a green. And if you don't know Chuck or hadn't seen him, go on our website. Chuck's got this cool long mustache, and they made stickers out of it. It says "Pray for Bray." Go check that out. They're doing like a little fundraiser for him there. Is that true, Chuck?
That is true. That's my understanding. They hadn't filled me in a lot. All they said is they're helping me out by doing this. They're probably going to be helping me out more mentally than they are anything else. But yes, so that's my understanding. Is they're going to be there. It's a fundraiser event to help me with the funding to get across England. So I want to challenge all the fire departments that we're going to be meeting with over there. Bring a patch, because half of my backpack is probably going to be full of patches for us to trade patches with over in England. So, if you're listening to this and you're over in England and you're planning on meeting with us, make sure you bring an extra patch with you, because I want some England patches on my board. So, I just want to throw that out there. Stickers, patches, coins, whatever you have that you'd be willing to trade, that I would love to trade and me bring back a piece of England in that form.
Well, good. Well, bring me a candy bar, because I'm going to be hungry on that trail, and I need candy. I need sweets.
I'm already hungry. That's my biggest fear about this whole trip is am I going, not that I'm going to fall over and pass out and die from exhaustion. But I'm more worried about food than anything else.
Okay, well, I think we'll be okay. But
I think we will.
I see 192 miles, 200 miles. If you go 192 miles straight on the path, you're good. But if you veer off to these little towns, it's a mile or two. That's what we'll probably do some of that ways. So it's around 200 miles is the distance. It's going to take us 2 weeks. From August 24th, we start at St. Bees on the east side of England, and we go to Robin Hood's Bay on the west side. And the tradition is pick up a pebble on the beach at St. Bees, and then you throw it in Robin Hood's Bay in it's the North Sea, I believe.
It is, yep.
But Mac Cookman is flying in. Mac does a prison tour, him and his wife, Connie Cookman, they're flying in. And there's a Luke and I think Joe and Kenny is his name, is going to be playing a band at the Tea, Toast, and Coffee Shop there at Robin Hood's Bay. That will be on September 7th at noon to 3, noon to 4. They're going to be jamming out. And then we're all going to walk down to the bay and throw the pebble in together, is my understanding. But if you want to join in, let us know. Meet us at St. Bees at about 8 o'clock in the morning, and you can start walking with us. But Chuck, you got any closing comments you want to make to people?
Yeah. So just be thinking about us, praying for us. Just have us in thoughts, because it's not going to be easy, but we're okay. We're up for the battle. We're up for the walk. We're up for the fight for the cause. That's right. Well, if you need us, just get on our website, theburnoutpodcast.org, and send us a message. And also, don't forget, when you go home tonight, shut your phone off, shut your scanner off, and get some sleep. Thank you.